Roger Leaks
is now joining.
Hey, Colonel Leaks.
Good morning.
Hello.
Okay, good. I thought I might have a
Are
wrong
you there by
one.
yourself?
I thought I was by myself. What is that? That didn't sound too good.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
That was a pet. Good morning. Who's joining?
We've got Miss Moods on. This is Paige.
Okay.
And yeah, and you. So we're all three of us.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Leah, I just responded to your email.
To my email?
Yeah, the early one you sent.
Okay, all right. So you mean about the pieces of information?
Yeah, about pieces of information and about the number 4 the page number 4 that you pretty impressed with.
Yes.
Yeah, I just put some things on there.
Okay.
You know, just good discussion like that I think is great. For one thing, I went to Chicago. You might remember.
I do.
Soon will be 3 years ago. And you know what? We talked about a lot of things, board functions and that kind of thing. And one thing I noticed up there, what we call large up down here, they dismiss it. Like our entire budget. They in a procurement situation. They probably wouldn't even look at the board wouldn't even look at our entire budget, $18 million. They count that as nuts because they were getting ready to do an extension on the red line up there when I was there, and that thing was gonna cost something like $2.5 billion. They were writing an RPF for that, and so something like $1 million.
Were they surprised to know that your board has to approve every single check that's written?
Well, at that time I don't think we were doing that, but we don't. I don't think we don't approve it. We like to see it. And some people want to see it.
Is now joining.
Well, I'd be interested in knowing if whether it's always on the something that we have to vote on vote approval, so it doesn't look like it's listed for information.
Well, I don't think it is because we don't vote on it, do we? We vote to accept it. Because,
I think we do. I think it's on the consent agenda, which means it requires approval or general consent.
We pull it out. You're right. We pull it out.
Paige.
Somebody too close to the microphone. There you go. This is a good system, by the way, too. Did you play the audio that John sent us this morning about
Paige.
one of the meetings?
Yeah.
Who?
Hello.
Hello, I'm here. Who's that?
Okay. I think we have Mr. Jenkins is on, and I think Larry. Larry, did you join?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good deal.
Hey, Paige.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just wanted to hear your voice.
Hi, Leroy.
How are you?
Good.
Good. I think John's on his way.
Okay. What was that, echo?
All right. Okay. We're ready to go. Okay. Open up to you? Yeah. Okay. Your Wi-Fi's not connected? Right. Yeah, I'll do then the network cable. Okay.
Three participants are now joining.
Paige.
Derek Huggins
Paige.
here.
Yes. This is Lil. I'm searching through my inbox for the communication that gives me the agenda and any materials for today. There's a string of them, but I'm not finding it. Could you just resend that to me, please?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do it right now.
Thank you.
Lil, it should be on your calendar if you saved it on your phone.
How about sending it to me too, please?
Okay, we'll do.
Okay. I mean, I've got the calendar. I just didn't get the. You mean I can get the materials from the calendar?
No. Lil, it was sent Saturday at
It has a
9:30 p.m.
I've got it. I'm sending it right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Do we have most of the people on? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Leach, 1 second, sorry. I'm trying to get my computer
Okay.
set up.
Miss Gleason will be coming on a little late. She had something going on at home.
All right, sir. Thank you for that.
Guys, I'm going to step away for a second, but because Ms. Robinson needs me to call her, so I'll be right back. If anybody needs anything, just talk to John. I'll be right back.
All right. So while we're waiting, is everyone doing fine today?
Yes, and please tell me if I'm out on my porch, so sometimes the boat traffic makes noise. Let me know if there's too much stuff in the background, and I'll go inside.
The boat travel. A boat? Okay, all right, Lil. Thank you.
Not my boat, just the ones that go by here.
Okay.
Promise Paige I did this on a Saturday. It wasn't available.
My boat works on muscle power.
I understand. Yep. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so that will work. Okay.
Click on the attendees, show participants.
Lil, I asked, did you play either one of those audios that John sent from the RTF?
I haven't found those. I haven't found those in my inbox. Sometimes I think there might be a delay. It must take longer to get to Chapin.
It might you always look in your junk too, because a lot of times mine, I don't know why, sometimes my computer sends important things to junk. And
well, you mean into spam? Well, I'm looking on my iPad that I don't have anything on there but the comment stuff. So that's my most reliable place to look.
But anyway, I was amazed at the clarity and how much that thing picks up. So, right now we're being picked up like we sitting in the room. I couldn't believe that.
Right. Yes, this system is good. Yeah.
Is that our new system, John?
Yeah, yes, it is, sir.
Man, that thing, shoot, I thought I was on NBC or something. I mean, but anyway, it's good. It's real clear. First time I ever heard it.
To ensure that we had no policies that we used to have in the past with recording minutes and things like that.
Well, when I first came to the board, I talked to a lady off the record. I just talked to a company that did record it, and they would have charged us something like $500 per session to record everything verbatim. But this is far better than that, because we did have some problems from time to time.
Okay, guys, I'm back.
Yeah?
We ready to get started.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to call the special meeting to order. Do we have a quorum, Madam Secretary?
We do.
Okay. Just for my records, who all's here? Who's here? The members?
Huggins.
Mood.
Okay. Mood.
Albert
Anybody
Coon.
else? Who?
Albert Coon.
Oh, Al Coon. How you
Carolyn
doing?
Gleason.
Okay. Gleason.
I'm good, sir.
Is
How are
now
you?
joining.
And Burgess?
We have Mr. Burgess as well.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody?
And Miss Gleaton
Well,
just came on.
Yeah, I got Ms. Gleason. Okay.
You got Huggins, right? You got Huggins?
Got Huggins, got
Yes,
Huggins, got Huggins, got Mood, got Ms. Al Coon, Gleason, Burgess. And how about Ms. Robinson? You didn't get her page?
I did. She's calling in.
Okay. Well, we get her. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and call the meeting to order so we can go ahead and take care of business. We do have a quorum. I'd like to get a motion to adopt the agenda, please.
I so move. Second.
Properly moved in second. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Very good. All right. We have this special meeting. As you know, we have two main items that we want to discuss today, and I'm hoping that it won't take very long on this. I think we need to just go straight to the facts and see what we can do to remedy the situation and go from there. The first item that we have here is item A, interim operation manager review. And we need to take a look at this. This is one of the key persons that's going into, going to be, that TransDev is submitting. Now, I'd like to just say this before we get started on this. This is a key person, but we have only another 6 weeks, or less than about 6 weeks on this contract. And so I don't know how important it is to go through the minute details about this individual before we tell them, yes, they can bring him on or whatever, before giving our approval.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
Mr. Chairman, I've read the information on the proposed employee for this interim spot, and I would move that the Service Committee recommend to the board that we approve the appointment of Tyrone Gambrell as the interim operations manager for TransDev. I second it.
Okay, properly moved and second. Any discussion? Well, I would just like to ask one question. Mr. John.
Yes, sir.
Now, will this person have an opportunity to, when we get the new contractor, what would he do? If he wanted to apply for that same position, could he apply for it, or would we have to rescreen, or would we have to re-app, or what would we do in that case?
He would have to apply for the position.
He'd have to apply for it and go through it again. Okay.
Yes.
All right then. Okay. Any other questions or comments?
Well, don't each one of them, if they're when this contract is up, don't they all have to apply for their positions again? Am I correct?
That is correct, except on the key personnel, which the new contractor would bring.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Got you. All right. Okay.
Very good. Any other questions or comments? If not, let's vote on it. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
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 Okay, that sounded good, but let me do it this way. Huggins.
Skip Jenkins.
Is now joining.
Okay, Huggins.
Huggins, yes.
Mood.
Yes.
Gleason.
Yes.
Burgess.
Yes.
And Roger Leaks. Yes. All right. That's good. The motion passes, and now we need to move on to the second item on the agenda. In this case, we have the situation of a shelter. It's on located at Main and 5th Street southbound, the bus shelter, and we have a situation here where I don't think we need to do a whole lot of discussion on this either, but we can talk about it. But a little bit of background on it. At one time, a bus shelter was there, and it was moved because of some problems that we had with visibility. It was moved to solve the problem. Recently, we got a call from one of the from Sam Davis, who's on City Council, and he was upset. He wants to know why it was moved. So we had to go back and take a look at why it was moved and what we can do to remedy that situation. So basically, what we need to do, we do need a shelter there. It's been approved by the SCDOT. And what we need to do now is put a shelter there. But what I would hope we can do, I'm hoping we can put a shelter there that would do two things. Improve visibility so that we won't have to worry about somebody pulling out there and getting killed right there at that spot. And at the same time, take care of Sam Davis's concerns too. Right. And take care of our constituents. So any discussion on that? What I really recommend, that we go ahead and just take a vote to replace that shelter. And John,
Mr. Chairman, if we had a problem that required moving it, I feel like I'm missing some information, because if we moved it for a reason, how would we go? Would we not create the problem we had at first? I just need to understand this better.
Okay. Well, I just try to clarify it for you. The first first bus shelter that was there, it had an ad in the end of it which cut down on visibility. So what was recommended? That all of you have seen the emails. What was recommended that we take the ad out and make it transparent so you can see right through it and you see traffic as you're coming down Main Street.
Oh, okay.
But the thing about it is that, it's my understanding that the way the shelter was built, that you couldn't just take the ad out without taking part of without disassembling part of the shelter itself. So to solve this problem, you need to get an all plexiglass shelter, one that's transparent, and put it there instead of the one that had the metal walls, or whatever kind of walls they were, so people see.
Well, can they provide that for us?
Well, John,
I've reached out to the vendor to ask them if they can give us a shelter that is all glass. I've not heard from them as of yet.
Okay.
So this would be a specialized shelter.
Mr. Chair.
Okay. Mr. Purchase.
This shelter that was at the VFW, the only thing was wrong with the shelter was a comment ad placed in the end. So to correct that, all we need is the same shelter return without the comment ad in the end. You know, the poster with the Comet cell phone, that was the only thing blocking the view.
Well,
So we don't need to make that a big issue. We just need to return the shelter that was originally installed at that corner.
Without do that, Mr. Burgess.
Say again. Go
I
ahead,
missed
Jimmy.
that.
We can't do that. And the reason we can't do that is we have a contractor that has exclusive rights to sell advertising in any shelter that has an ad box on it. So in order for us to not be in breach of our contract with the advertising company, we have to put a shelter without an ad box. As CDOT stated in their email, the shelter was fine with the advertising in it. It met the site distance requirements per their engineering report.
Okay.
The simplest solution is so that we don't get in trouble with the advertising contractor is that we put up a shelter that does not have an ad box on it.
Mr. Chair.
Okay. All right, Mr. Burgess.
I make a motion that we return the same shelter that was there without the Comet poster in it.
Well,
That's my motion.
okay. All right. We have a motion. Can I get a second on that motion?
Wait a minute.
No. Hello? All right. Can you get a second? All right, well then that motion dies. Motion dies.
Mr. Chair, I would recommend that we just purchase a glass shelter, and that should resolve the situation. It will still meet SCDOT's requirements, and it will address any perceived concerns of site distance.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Lil.
I move that we approve the replacement of the shelter at this location with a shelter that does not have an advertising slot and that allows for visibility to ensure safety at this intersection.
And I'll second it.
Probably
I
moved.
appreciate restating my motion, Ms. Moore.
I'm sorry?
But I appreciate you restating my motion.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, well, all right. It's been properly moved and second. Any further discussion?
So based on Ms. Moo's motion, we will buy a glass shelter to place at that location.
Right.
Okay, that's okay. I understand.
And that take care of the problem?
That will take care of the problem. Yes, Ms. Leeson.
Question, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
This is Skip Jenkins. This is Skip Jenkins. I guess my question is, how close the shelter was to the intersection, and how much easement you had? You couldn't move the shelter back.
Well, no, we can't move. We can't move it back.
The shelter was very close to the intersection, and the easement was to the very edge of the VFW parking lot. So, my understanding from talking to SCDOT, the shelter was placed appropriately to ensure that it had ample sight distance as long as you stopped at the stop bar. If you did not stop at the stop bar, then your visibility is greatly reduced.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going to put the shelter there, even with the glass panel, we still need to make sure that the shelter is in the exact same location so that so it doesn't violate the sight distance calculations that have been done by the engineers.
Mr. Chair.
Right. Yes, sir.
It was a plexiglass panel in there with a Comet insert inside of it. But if we want to say just glass, I don't know whether we putting a glass or we putting plexiglass.
Well, my motion didn't specify it. My motion just specified that it be that it provides for clear vision through. So I wasn't trying to specify what it was made out of, as long as the visibility was assured.
And
Okay.
one other
Right.
thing, Mr. Chair, have we lost
sir.
control of this shelter since it's now coming from city council? Do we
I didn't
satisfy,
understand you.
or do we satisfy city council?
Oh, yes, we're satisfying city
We
council.
got to satisfy them.
We're satisfying city council, we're satisfying everybody on this based on what I understand. So, what we need to do now, if there are no further discussion, we need to go ahead and vote. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
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 Huggins,
Okay.
Huggins, aye.
Aye. Mr. Fergus?
Abstain.
Fergus abstain, okay. All right, the motion passes, so that's your direction, John. We go from there.
Okay, I
Okay.
will contact the vendor, and after the board meeting that approves this, I'll contact the vendor and we'll get a shelter there. That meets the requirements of the motion.
All right, thank you very much. Any other comments or questions? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that takes care of our special board meeting at this time. And what I need now is a motion for adjournment.
I make a
Motion.
motion that we adjourn.
Can I get a second?
I
Can I
second.
get properly moved in second. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
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 Aye. Okay.
Y'all have a good day.
Is now
Thank
Thank
exiting.
you very much.
Thank
Thank you very much. Good meeting. Thank you. All right.
Multiple people are now exiting. Multiple people are now exiting. Multiple people are now exiting.